the Great Reset, especially in 2020. That was supposed to have been the Great Reset. 2020, the Judgment Year, was supposed to be the Great Reset. It was the equivalent of you Christian motherfuckers with your rapture and Armageddon, apocalypse, and all that bullshit like that. For those of us who are let's just say, and I'm an animist, so we're older than paganism. Paganistic styles, let's just say, in Norse mythology, there's Ragnarok, Twilight of the Gods. Hell, even in Hinduism, Bhagavad, whatever that shit is, they always have wars that end a civilization, great reset points, something akin to Noah and the flood or Gilgamesh and the flood, that type shit. It's always a major event that will reset the cycle of energies. Either it's going to work out for the benefit of the denizens of the planet, or it's just going to work out for the planet itself. Get rid of everything: dinosaur removal, human existence removal, loss of civilization, all them things like that. So 2020 was supposed to have been a reset to where, within this illusion of separation, where thoughts rule manifestation. Within this illusion of separation, where thoughts rule manifestation, we had manifested a system of saviorship, so to speak, to where we told ourselves that there are higher beings and dimensional level aliens and entities that are on our side, watching and monitoring our growth, and that they will aid us when it came to a specific time. By my experience, 2020 was one of those specific time points. It was, again, as I put in the caption, it was a consciousness shift. We talk about that shit all the time, but you have to shift the consciousness to waking up, or you consciously stay fucking asleep. It's just that simple. So 2020, we were supposedly in a field of vibration to where we could have let go of a lot of shit that was holding us in cycles. Separation theories, duality, gender, racial division, just any kind of divisive level energy that was mentally dominating the masses. We were at a point to where we could have done things to make those less crucial. I'm not saying we would have erased genders. I mean, look what the fuck is happening with all this gender confusion. I'm not saying we would have erased it. It would have just become clearer in definition by clearly stop trying to fucking define that shit. See, this is the effect of a consciousness shift going wrong. The things that were supposed to be altered get altered in a hyper fashion, or under altered altogether. So we were supposed to be less racially divided, less gender divided, less socially divided as far as socioeconomics and things like that. But look what happened in 2020. And you can, go into whether it was man-made, orchestrated, or just a course of nature. The COVID creature came out, and it stoked up such a level of fear to where that became the prevalent consciousness. The consciousness was only geared towards fear. Hey, Ann. So by the time we got to April, and I mean, you can go back and look at that hashtag. I kept calling it the pink pussy full moon, because it was ripe for birth. It was ripe for birth. The April full moon, 4, if you don't know anything about numerology, 4 is a number of balance, but 4 is also a box. You know what you do with a box? You contain things inside a box. Within this field of separation, we are contained in a box level thinking. So in that April, we could have got out of the box by getting rid of the contents that was making us content to stay within. So, but again, we got bitten to levels of fear all throughout March. People were begging for their masters to stay, loyal to enslaving them. Let the government tell you what to do. Wear a mask. Just stay inside. We're all going to die. That type of shit. I mean, I was looking at one of my reposts from from 2020 on yesterday's, and it was like, and I'll do it now because some of y'all are still in the same condition. A lot of people who thought they were spiritual found out you really weren't spiritual at all. It was a lot of high priestesses and child of Oshuns and child of Oya and child of whoever the fuck you thought you was, who fell right back into that Christian trap. that Christian trap of fear. And it ain't just Christian, that Muslim trap, that Christian trap. I don't give a fuck what religion you belong to. You bought into that religious, organized mind state of fucking fear, and you were turning in your candles and your sage, and you was trying to get right with the Lord because eyes don't want to die. Some of y'all went backwards as fuck in 2020 because instead of consciously shifting forward by releasing the things that were holding you back, your hidden traumas, when you got faced with a trauma on the level such as COVID, it only brought up your need to feel safe. So you released, RE-lease. You know, when you lease a car, you're going to drive that motherfucker, but you don't own it. But you basically do own it, but you're paying somebody else for the right to drive it. You're paying somebody else for the energy. A lot of y'all released under that April full moon of 2020. You released your own traumas. You ain't let them go. You released them. You put them in order and organization, try to make sense of them, and then you still were operating through them, and still are to this day. So 2020 fucked you over. Fucked us all over because we didn't make the consciousness shift forward to let go because too many was just, holding on out of fear. 2021, the year of fucking movement. 2021 was a 5. 2021 is also a 23, which is passion. If you were more passionate about your fear, the only thing that you knew how to make sense of, it's just like a baby with a pacifier. When it's time for that baby to let go of that pacifier, meaning they hit the right age, it's going to become a fear and a trauma when you try and take it from them. Oh, just let that baby put it down. It's his time. No, that little motherfucker 4. Take that pacifier from him. But you're going to traumatize him. That's how some of y'all were. It was time for you to put the fucking passy down. Take the pacifier out of your mouth and grow the fuck up. But you fought to hold on to it, and you became adamant about holding on to your traumas and fears. Still doing that shit today. Whether it's conscious or subconscious, we still hold on to our fears. And if you don't understand anything about energy and the shit y'all like to say that's running this realm, those who are monitoring this realm on our level, let's just say government and higher ups in big business, they know how to use your fear. They know how to use our collective fear against us by giving us something to be scared of. 2020, between April and the summer solstice. Again, your traditional events. They'll kill somebody in such a fashion that it'll make everybody mad. Or they'll start a war, which they've already tried to start, and don't nobody give a fuck because we know it ain't about us. It's about that motherfucking sick bitch, that sick bastard y'all voted in, and his sick ass son, and all they pedophilic activities. So that bullshit war that they're trying to push on people ain't buying it because what they don't realize is that people are still tired from the amount of fear they put us through in 2020. Not only that, socioeconomically, we're defeated. You now basically have to use the majority of your check just to get goddamn gas, let alone groceries. And then when you go in the grocery store, most of the time the shit ain't even in there. So again, the side effect of not consciously shifting is that the shit that should have been shifted might become exponentiated. It becomes more detrimental. Food, shelter, all that things like that. That stuff is high on the list. Grand Risings. So 2021 was the year of movement. You were moving under the passion of what you were paying the most attention to. 2 and 3, what I see is what I keep thinking about. What they show us all last year. Fear. Vaccines. The vaccinated versus the unvaccinated. The masked versus the unmasked. All that bullshit. That shit's by design. It plays out in real life, but it's a design that puts the shit in motion. So we bit into that all last year, still dealing with it this year. Only 2022 is 2022. It is the rematch. People always talking about, yeah, I'm real good with energy, but you don't understand energy goes in a cycle until something changes the cycle. The wheel of fortune keeps rolling until that which is in the middle keeps the fortune for itself. The wheel, W-I-L-L, of fortune starts from that which is in the center. We're in the center, but we don't center ourselves because we keep trying to find alignment with everything that we've allowed to move around us. So we're getting right back into the same point in 2022, where in April, you have, first of all, which to me is comical, especially as a contrarian, April 1st is the new moon. The new moon, by tradition, for some of y'all who really don't understand what the fuck y'all be talking about, the new moons are about release points because the moon herself is a satellite that monitors your emotions. Your energy in motion, your emotions is monitored